I was on a hike with my girlfriend. We're chatting away. She's like, are you taping? And I'm like, oh, like taping your mouth shut? She's like, no, taping your face. And she sent me your profile. And I was like, dude, I've got to try this.
People see real results with it. Very easy. It's very affordable. You're not afraid of the complications like with injections. It's a slow and steady and safe approach that you don't have to be scared about.
Today on Toxic Free with KB, we're diving into the world of natural beauty with the true expert in the space. Olga, the founder of The Natural Faces, is on a mission to revolutionize the beauty industry with non-toxic, skin-loving products that enhance our natural glow without the harmful chemicals. From clean beauty essentials to the rising trend of face taping, Olga is here to share her insights, tips, and the science behind a truly holistic approach to skincare. If you've ever wondered how to achieve radiant, youthful skin without compromising your health, you won't want to miss this episode, folks. Olga, welcome to the show. Welcome to Toxic Free with KB, the podcast where we dive deep into the world of what it means to live a toxic-free life. I'm your host, KB. I'm a toxic-free lifestyle advisor and a diehard advocate for clean living. How can treatments like Botox and injectables create more harm than good?
Let's see. I feel like 10 years ago, we did not know half of the things that we know today about the harms of the injections, Botox, for example. I think 10 years from today, we will likely know a lot more than we know today. I kind of actually have a theory as to why today we are seeing so many more complications. And I know this because I get so many messages, I get so many comments from people sharing what they have experienced with Botox lately.
What are those stories?
From what people are telling me, it's at first they don't even understand what is happening to them. They just wake up one day after the injections and they don't feel themselves. And then they run into doctors to figure out what's going on. I have had people who are in the beauty industry message me about it. I had people who are in the plastic surgery world message me that they are having complications after Botox injections. And they are saying that a lot of them are keeping it hush-hush.
Really?
Yes. Not everyone, unfortunately, talks about it. There are some people that talk openly about it, and I'm thankful for them because I think it's important. A lot of famous influencers, you probably maybe know, they are openly talking about their Botox journey, complications, journey and their recovery and what they're doing instead now. But unfortunately, there's still so many people who are maybe not capable of sharing, whether it's due to their work or other aspects. So some are just not maybe ready to share, but there are lots of people out there, unfortunately.
Like, is there deformation of the face going on?
No. It's not the deformations of the face. The deformations of the face at this point, I kind of look at it like those are like minor complications versus the real health complications where the person can barely get out of bed. So those are the things. The what you're saying, the facial complications, this is something I had experience with many years ago when my girlfriends, who are like my age, I'm 49 now, right? So,
wow.
So when my girlfriends were 35, 38, a lot of them started into the exploring the Botox option. And one of my girlfriend had very, very severe complication. She actually ended up in the hospital. So that was also very new back then. Nobody knew what it was. She was never diagnosed with the Botox complications. She was diagnosed with the panic attacks, which are, by the way, one of the side effects if you read on the black box warning. And but hers was also the facial deformations, like her eyes drooped, she was getting like very swollen eye area, like very puffy. She could never really recover after it. I guess her body just wasn't able to recover from her complications. There are many people who recover easily, and then there are many people who, are less lucky, I guess.
Wow, that's so crazy that you say that. Many years ago, I was in a yoga class, and this woman I know actually worked for, she was like either a scientist or something, for Botox. Because I was like, what do you do? That age-old question. And I was like, oh, and I was like, isn't it a neurotoxin? That's just like the only thing I think about. Isn't it a neurotoxin? So it's fascinating that, so many people are, and, if you want to do it, great, you do you. Like, I'm a big believer in that. But it's so interesting, we live in a culture of quick fixes and instant gratification, and that people, don't want to take time to read the labels or the symptoms or the side effects of what could happen, not really getting in tune with your body and knowing that certain things like, face deformation, drooping of the eyes, panic attacks, are serious, autoimmune, not being able to get out of bed. Those sound pretty minimal of what could actually happen.
Exactly. I, at this point, kind of feel like, when you get a driver's license, right? And you have to get the insurance.
Yeah.
Because every time I get in the car, I drove today for an hour, right?
Yeah.
And every time you get in the car, we all know that it's a possibility you get into accident and, something can happen, even if it's not your fault, but something can happen. That's why you have to have an insurance, and everyone has an insurance. So to me, at this point, considering seeing all of these different complications from so many people, I feel like injections of Botox really need to come with a separate sort of an insurance. That way, when a 25-year-old comes in to get an injection, they have to weigh in. Like, wait a second, if it's kind of like can't be serious, that I will end up running to 10 different doctors, maybe I'll think twice about it if I need it at 25 or if I don't need it at 25. Because like I said, we all get into the car because we want to. We have no other choice or whatever it is, right? But we all at the same time understand that it's like, it's a little bit of a risk.
Yeah.
And then when 25-year-olds walk into the injector's office, they do not understand at all that there's any risk involved in this. They just think exactly what you said. Oh, I'm going to get rid of this wrinkle. Or on top of the worst part is that they are being sold this idea and this scenario that it's preventative and that you have to do it. So they get into that office and they're like, oh my God, if I don't start at 26, 27 or whatever, the story is if you don't start now, it's going to be too late later. You need to start it now as a preventative measure and so on. There are given, I don't know, like how many pages, like 10 pages, something to sign quickly. Nobody reads it. Nobody understands what it is. They just quickly sign it off and that's it. Crazy. They do not understand that there are real possible complications that can happen. And no one knows whether it's going to affect you today, tomorrow, in 3 months, or on your 10th injection, on your second injection, if it will ever happen to you or not.
That is so crazy. This is like a whole world. So I've never done Botox. I do not want to do Botox. I'm more into the holistic healing. Hence, I have a show called Toxic Free with KB. My skincare regimen is pretty basic, but it is lengthy because I do become this sounds very tribal, but very one with myself, whether it's taking a bath, whether it's, a gua sha, whether it's, doing even a headstand, reversing blood flow, foam rolling, fascia movement. Like that's all skincare to me. And I believe you are on the same trajectory of that as well. You just said you're 49 and you look amazing. Like you're flawless. And
Thank you. I'm a little flushing right now.
Oh, she's so nervous.
No, A, because I'm hot. I didn't dress up appropriately. And B, I'm 49 and I started experiencing these hot flashes.
Oh, yes.
And I'm like, no, but...
No, you got it, sister. You got it.
You know, it is what it is. What can I do? It is what it is.
You're glowing.
You just like flushing for a few minutes and then it goes away and you're like, okay, fine. Now I'm back to normal.
You're so good. You're so good. So what inspired you to start your business, The Natural Faces?
That actually happened very organically and not planned at all. So during the pandemic time, my daughter, she kind of hooked me on the TikTok. She's like, I had no idea what it was. And she's like, oh, like, it's so fun. It's so fun. I'm like, okay, let's look at it. There's nothing else to do. So we looked at it. And one day we posted one funny video with my daughter and we had a blast just kind of like, watching it back and then like seeing people connect with it, comment on it. It was just like, just good fun times. And then I started scrolling and all of a sudden I see some of the, people sharing some beauty things that they do. And I was like, oh, that's so fun. So I just made a video and shared the video about face taping. And that was the craziest thing of all. I did not, because at that time, so that was in 2020, 5 years ago. Yes, exactly. It was 5 years ago. So at that time, 5 years ago, I was already using face taping method for myself for years. And when I posted that video on TikTok, and it just like went crazy. I realized like, wait a second, people don't know what it is. Like, how is this possible? Because to me, in my mind, it was kind of like a known thing. I'm from Russia and I studied a lot of these natural modalities in Europe and in Russia years before. And so to me, it was just like a natural thing that kind of like everybody knows about it. And it turned out that it was completely different. So that's how it started. I realized that, wait a second, people are interested in it and I know a lot about it. So I started sharing on TikTok. I didn't even have an Instagram at that time. So I was just like really, really new to this stuff. And then that's how naturally I opened my website, because one of the first products that I introduced, and also it came from the time that we were going, as a nation, as a whole world, we were going through the pandemic time, and we had to wear the face masks, and a lot of people were suffering. Their skin was suffering because of from the face masks. And I knew how amazing silk fabric for our skin. So I was like, oh my gosh, people need to have like a silk face mask, because this is something that will help their skin. So this is what I did. I introduced the silk face mask. And that was amazing, because I still have customers from that time. There are some people who are still obligated or they want to wear a face mask. And I still have customers from that time coming back for our silk face mask that really helped so many people's skins back then.
Oh my gosh.
They remember, like, we had the term, it was called maskne. So people were getting acne and other skin irritation just from the masks. And with the silk, it was just like a game changer for them.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. Ladies, let's talk about something we all use but don't always think about, our period products. Did you know that most tampons and pads on the market contain harmful chemicals, synthetic fibers, and plastics? Yeah, not exactly what we want in our bodies, am I right? That's why I am so excited to introduce to you Tampon Tribe, a brand that's changing the game with 100% organic, plastic-free, and toxin-free period care. Their tampons, pads, and liners are made with certified organic cotton, which means no chemicals, no dyes, no synthetics, just pure, safe, and sustainable protection. Plus, Tampon Tribe is completely zero waste, their packaging is compostable, and their products are biodegradable. So you're not just taking care of your health, you're also taking care of the planet. I've made the switch, and let me tell you, there is absolutely no going back. If you're ready to ditch the toxins and go organic, head to tampontribe.com and use code TOXICFREE20 for an exclusive, yes, exclusive 20% off at checkout. Guys, this is the highest discount out there, exclusive to Toxic Free with KB listeners only, so stock up and save. Your body deserves the best, so please give it a gift and go toxin free with Tampon Tribe and use code TOXICFREE20. Using a sauna is a key part of my wellness routine and healing journey as I continuously recover from mold exposure and boost my blood circulation for my Raynaud's. Detoxing and sweating is absolutely essential, and my Sunlighten infrared sauna has become an amazing game changer in my life. It helps me sweat out toxins, support my overall immune system, and most importantly, calm my central nervous system throughout my healing practice. We could all use a little more of that, could we? The gentle, low EMF infrared heat helps me relax, de-stress, and feel like myself again. If you are looking for a natural way to reduce your toxic load, boost circulation, and promote deep relaxation overall, I cannot recommend Sunlighten enough. It's been an essential part of my personal healing, and I know it can support you too. Head to toxicfree.com, go to my shop page where you'll see the Sunlighten ad, and use code TOXICFREEKB at checkout for up to $1,400 in savings on your sauna. Guys, yes, $1,400 in savings. Your body and your nervous system will absolutely thank you. Again, that code is TOXICFREEKB for up to $1,400 off. You can also find the easy to click through link in the description below. Send me your sauna pics. Guys, let's start sweating together. Funny story, how I figured out about what face taping was. I was on a hike with my girlfriend. We're chatting away. I don't know how we got on this subject, but she's like, are you taping? Are you taping at night? Or I just got this new tape. Have you heard of it? And I'm like, oh, like taping your mouth shut? Like I've heard about that. You know, people claim that you get a snatched jawline, all these things. And I'm like, yeah, I've heard about that. She's like, no, I'm talking about taping your face. And she sent me your profile picture or your profile, and I was like, well, what is this? This is like kinesiology, you know, kinesio tape for athletes. I knew about that. And I was like, dude, I've got to try this. And I've only done it a couple times. I'm still learning, but I would describe it as a hug for your face. It's actually really good for the central nervous system. I'm a little scared to like admit to my kids, like show them that I'm doing this, but I actually did it, showed my husband, and he goes, pretty, like he wasn't freaked out at all.
Wow.
He had a whole conversation.
You got a keeper?
I definitely have a keeper. He's like, it's just another one of your weird things that you do. But like we actually, like I put it on in the evening, or one little series of it, and I'm like eating dinner, like we're having a conversation. He didn't like bat an eye. He's just like normal conversation. Right? And I was like, this is great. Yeah. I still have to learn like how to, I feel like, am I making more creases in my face? But it's really a hug for your face. I love it.
I'm happy you do. Yeah, it's been a journey. A lot of people love it. Absolutely. And not just love it. It's people see real results with it. So it's an incredible, very easy. It's very affordable. You're not afraid of the complications like with injections. Of course, we all understand that it's not a very fast, fix. Like with the Botox, you go, you get an injection, that's it. 3 days later, you don't have the lines. So, but it's a slow and steady and safe approach that you don't have to be scared about that, whether you're going to get a complication or whatnot.
Okay, so my burning question with that is, can you do it wrong?
Unfortunately, with a lot of good things come a lot of not so great things. For example, like, Pilates, right? And Pilates, it's so popular, so this, so that. But in reality, what we see now as Pilates, so many studios, but majority of it, it's not even real Pilates.
It's like yoga.
It's just kind of like a combination of different, exercises, moves, this and that, but it's not exactly a Pilates method. It's just taking something that was amazing and then turned into more of a commercial business thing, that suits everyone.
The loud music, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And there is another method that it's called Gyrotonics. I don't know if you've ever heard about it.
Yes, we have one in Santa Barbara.
Yes. So that one is very different. Their approach is they are not becoming mainstream. They are keeping it hush-hush with only like highly trained instructors, and because they want to keep the quality of it. They don't want to make it mass available. They want to keep it small, tidy, and with the high quality and the proper execution of techniques for our best benefits, of course. So same thing, going back to face taping, it's kind of the same thing. So when no one knew about it, let's say in the United States, sort of, right? When I started sharing about it first on TikTok, no one was able to make a mess out of it. Now, fortunately and unfortunately, because the face taping method became so popular, which is amazing, I'm so happy about it. And I'm happy that so many people get to experience it. And they also get an option, because before it felt like Botox is the only option. Now, many people are even messaging me like, oh my gosh, I have a choice now. I have a different option right now. And that's amazing. Having said that, at the same time, with the popularity of the method, I see people sticking, first of all, any kinds of tapes on the face.
Oh, no.
Sticking it completely randomly, not following the anatomy structure that we have to follow. I want people to have the quality tapes, correct tapes, and also proper execution of the technique, which is important. So it's not like you're gonna full on mess up your face if you like stick it somewhere, but you are not gonna see the proper results, and it's just you can a little bit mess up the flow of your fluids because the tape in a way sort of like redirecting it in the way we want it to go.
Okay, so you were speaking so clearly about, well, first of all, you use a traditional Japanese face tape and you use that method. So you were talking about the anatomy, right? Going with the anatomy of the face. Why is that so important? Like, what are the specific techniques to do and why is that so important?
So the kinesio tape was developed by the American-Japanese doctor many, many years ago to help his clients during the rehabilitation, whether they had any injury or inflammation in the body, stagnation, lots of different things. And the way the tape, that's why the kinesio tape is very unique in its abilities and structure, because the way it stretches, the way it acts, and other nuances. And it is strategically applied in the correct manner on the muscles, whether it's the muscles we want to target, whether it's the fluid flow we want to target, and so on. So I see some of the tutorials placing the, let's say, lymphatic drainage applications.
Okay.
They see, like, let's say on my videos or somebody else's now that, oh, okay, that looks cute. That looks cool. That might get me lots of views. Let me do it. But they place it in the opposite direction. So there are basically redirecting the fluid flow in the wrong direction.
More inflammation.
More inflammation, like in the wrong direction. Wait. So how crazy is that? Those are the people that have not had any training in the structures of the face, neck, chest, and our body, and like the functions of our body. So that's why I said it's very important to follow the exact placement of the tape.
And we can find all those, like if you follow Olga on TikTok or Instagram, you actually give tutorials. You actually have courses that can take.
Yes.
Which I'm like all in. I'm like, let's go. Let's do this. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. You were also telling about companies. I think this is really important that we give solutions to people so they do stay away, or that they can transition to a more natural face or natural holistic way of healing.
Right.
Beauty products, skincare regimens. There's so many things that you do. And you were saying companies, are selling products that maybe are not the cleanest, not really regulated. So what are some of the most common toxins people should look out for in the beauty product line states? And what are some like healthier options that you can offer them?
Well, toxic, it's very big word. And I think it also depends on what do you consider toxin. Toxin to me, even to my skin, let's say even the tap water, because I don't want my water to have this chlorine and fluoride and this and that and all of the other components. So that to me, that's already toxic.
Right.
So for me, that's one of the things that I tell people immediately. You guys are running to buy the expensive creams or the famous creams or this or that, but yet you're using the poor quality tap water, let's say, right? For example, in Los Angeles, we have a horrible tap water.
Yep.
That's a fact. People living in Switzerland probably have an amazing tap water, so they don't have to worry about that. But in Los Angeles, to me, it's kind of, in a way, pointless to be slathering the best of the best, even most natural or most science-backed cream when you're at the same time splashing this toxic water on your face.
Right.
So.
And what is that doing to you? Just stripping you?
Oh, absolutely. It's the water can cause the silent damage. Like imagine twice a day you're splashing that water on your face with the chlorine. That's very drying, dehydrating to skin, damaging to the skin barrier, which is, as we all know at this point, the most important thing for the health of our skin. The most important thing. Again, slathering the most expensive or the most natural or whatever cream on the face, on the damaged skin barrier that can be damaged from that water, it's not going to be super effective.
So what advice would you give to someone who wants to switch or transition to a truly non-toxic way of beauty routine?
Simple. First, start with simple things. Don't go make yourself go crazy. Like, oh my God, I need this. Oh my God, that. Oh my God, that. No, just simple stuff. First is water. That's what I would say. I personally don't have those fancy water filter systems in the house. But all I do is I get a cup. I just get a cup, go to the kitchen, pour the cup with the filtered water because I have a filter in the kitchen, take this cup to the bathroom and use that on my face. It's super easy. You don't have to go immediately buy this expensive filters and this and that. Just make this one simple swap. Or if you don't have a filter in the kitchen, like buy yourself a bottle of spring water and use that bottle of water on the face. It's not going to be super expensive. It's going to be way less expensive than now buying all of the creams, but still using that bad water.
Well, and it's funny that you say that some of the expensive creams, their first ingredient is water.
It's water, exactly.
And you don't know what that water is.
Exactly.
So, and usually the first ingredient means that's the most ingredient in the product.
Exactly. You're very right about that. Yes, and where's that water cup? Whatever they're using.
Yeah.
But typically they use filtered waters, this and that. Another thing I want to say, oral care.
Ooh.
I cannot stress enough. I see so many dermatologists, doctors, and people in the industry talk about the skin microbiome or gut microbiome. And it's very true, so true, and very, very important. But I rarely see people talk about how toxic oral care, again, according to so many of the more of a natural, holistic dentists and the dental providers, they literally call all of the oral care that we see at the drugstore, they call it toxic because of the ingredients, because of the poor and toxic ingredients that those brands have inside their products. So those toxic oral care products can make a mess in the microbiome of our mouth, which is directly connected to the microbiome of our gut. It's just like basically one thing. So if we are treating the gut microbiome, right, but we're not addressing the mouth microbiome, that's like taking a step forward and 2 steps backwards. So we have to be consistent addressing both, always. Oral microbiome, gut microbiome, and skin, this is like one circle. You literally cannot have one without the other. Because if one of those parameters in that circle is falling out, it's just going to be constantly affecting and dragging the other ones with it. So when so many people are saying, oh, I need to work on the skin, on the gut microbiome. Yes, that's true. At the same time, work on the mouth microbiome. Get rid of those toxic oral care products, switch to more of the gentle ones, more of the ones with the natural constitution, more of a holistic constitution, gentle ingredients, and you're going to be much happier.
Are you ready to elevate your skincare game? Meet Delavie Sciences, a revolutionary skincare brand blending cutting-edge science with natural ingredients to create products that truly deliver. With proprietary formulas like their award-winning Ionia line, Delavie Sciences harnesses the power of space-age technology and advanced research to target fine lines, wrinkles, and skin damage. I absolutely love this line so incredibly much, y'all. I use it daily and have noticed that my fine lines that were starting to form have been dramatically reduced in appearance. Yes, naturally. This is definitely a hooray moment for me. I also love that their products are dermatologically and clinically tested, as well as a toxin-free. Perfect for anyone embracing a healthier and toxic-free lifestyle. Guys, I don't approve everything, but this I definitely approve. By listening to Toxic Free with KB, you'll get exclusive access to, get this, 25% off all Delavie Science products by using code TOXICFREE, because your skin deserves science, not shortcuts. Once again, visit delaviesciences.com today and use code TOXICFREE for 25% off and experience the future of skin health. To hear more about this innovative skincare line, listen to my entire interview with one of the founders of Delavie Sciences, Dr. Kyle Landry. I think one of the hardest things to incorporate change into our lifestyles is probably our cleaning products, because a lot of people think just because that smell is coming out, that means it's clean. But truly, y'all, you've heard me talk about this time and time again, that smell could actually be a toxin. So something that I've actually incorporated in our household, and I actually send the kits to all of my friends and family members as gifts time and time again, is Branch Basics products. Guys, Branch Basics never set out to sell soap. They truly are on a mission to help people create healthy homes and experience the power of pure. I am totally on this game as well. And someone that has been highly sold is our house cleaner. She has helped toss the toxins with me, and she uses Branch Basics for all of our cleaning necessities at our house. And let me tell you, we don't always live in a clean space. We've got 3 kids, 2 dogs, I've got a husband, so we've got a lot of things to clean up. 3 of the things that have really popped into my shopping cart lately are their new formula laundry detergent. Their toxic-free candle because, baby girl loves a good bath time and sitting by the candles at night when she enjoys her good veggie bowls. And also their hand soap. But 2 of the staples that I live by in our household, and trust me when I tell you I can use this for everything, even on my pups, is their oxygen boost and their liquid gold concentrate. So guys, I'd like to help you get started on your cleaning by giving you 15% off all starter kits. And also, guys, this applies to their hand soap and their toxic free candle, all the things. Not only will you get your starter kit, but you can get a whole bunch of other items to stock up on. Give the gift to yourself and use my code over at Branch Basics, which is Toxic Free KB. Guys, again, if you want 15% off, use Toxic Free KB. Do you know the app called Yuka? I'm not endorsed by this company, but you know Yuka? I literally love playing this game. So if my husband brings... I talk about my husband so much on this show. Sorry, babe.
No, that's great. That's great.
If he brings something home, I'm like, all right, let's put it on the Yuka app. See how you did. I feel like a teacher. It's so horrible. I promise you, all the grace in the world at our house. But I'm always like, cannot wait to see what the rating is. And I'll be like he brought bread home one day for the kids. And I was like, okay, let's scan it. And I scanned it and it's 85, very good, 85 out of 100. I'm like, great, you got a B plus, you know, and the peanut butter was a 98%. And I'm like, good job. And he's like, I'm doing pretty good. But it's so funny because you can do the same thing while you're shopping for products. So say you're in the toothpaste line, and you're like, I need some toothpaste. You just scan the barcode on there and the app will give you a rating. And if it's poor, then you're like, oof, better stay away from that one. And at the bottom, it'll actually give you recommendations of highly recommended ones that are better sourced. I think that's a fun, it makes becoming clean or transition a little more fun and tangible.
And easier. Yeah, easier. Absolutely.
For sure. So I love that. Oral care. That's something that I definitely am picking up my oral game because I'm a fast brusher on the go. And I'm like, I should probably get the electric toothbrush again where it's actually timing myself. So I'm not, rushing
and
out the door.
It's the toothpaste, it's the mouthwashes, it's the floss that's coated with these certain chemicals. That's really not great for us at all.
What type of chemicals?
I can't exactly name those. I don't know the names of it.
I will find.
Yeah, you need to find it. But absolutely. And you would think who would think about the floss being coated in the chemical? You wouldn't even think about that, right? So, but
education is key.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you. Education is key with everything.
Yes.
So back to the face taping because I'm definitely an addict on this. I'm gonna FaceTime you every night now. I'm just kidding. I won't, but I might. So how often should someone use face taping in order to see results, noticeable results? And is face taping during the daytime or longer periods at night better for you? How often should we do it?
It's very individual. Like with everything is individual and depends on many factors. So some people during the daytime, they work at the computer and they tend to, in the concentration, they're very furrowing.
Me.
And so many. Me too. I'm like, huh? What? What? Plus I'm not seeing well. I'm like, wait, what is that? So for many people, it can be very beneficial to do it during the daytime. If you're just sitting at home, working at your computer, and you know that you are frowning, place a face tape. Why not? You will see such an amazing change. Lots of people frown during the night.
Oh.
And That's another thing. Some people don't realize that there are expressions that we still use during the night. We could have had the stressful day, right? We could have had a bad dream, and we could be clenching, we could be frowning, we could be smiling, whatever it is. So some people will benefit more at nighttime. You have to try and see what works best for you. On terms of how long to see the results for, that's a very common question. And that also depends on so many factors. Your tissue's ability to respond. Some people will have a faster responding tissues. They are ready to respond. Maybe the person has been already doing some facial massages or gua sha or other methods, and they are tissues ready, to accept another, boost me treatment. Some people who have never done anything, they don't, let's say, even exercise their bodies. Everything is so stiff. Everything is just kind of like compressed and stagnant. For them, likely it will take longer.
But give yourself time.
Absolutely.
Give yourself time.
Also, knowing anatomy really helps. And for that, you don't have to know it, but you are welcome to come on my page, and I share a lot of tips and tricks and the little hacks and methods. For example, the tape is designed to address the surface tissues. It's your fascia, it's your muscles, it's your skin, it's your pain receptors, your blood vessels, your lymph receptors. It will not address your deeper tension if it's in your skull, if it's in your bones, if it's in other areas. Mm-hmm. And throughout my extensive studies in many different aspects, I know, and many people who are also studying in those areas, they know that, for example, frown lines, they could be not just from the muscle tension. If it's coming from the muscle tension, the tape will take care of it. If it's coming from the deeper layers, it could be coming from the tension in the back of the neck, in the back of the skull. The tape will not be super effective unless you implement working on the other areas as well.
Interesting.
Yes. It's very interesting to know that everything in our body is interconnected. Everything. Our emotions are connected to the patterns on our faces and the entire body. So our fascia, we know a lot of people know this word now. Even like 5 years ago when I would say it, people would be like, what is that?
Right.
It was very confusing. Now, so many people, through the education, even the little education, even through the social media, they get the understanding of what the fascia, what the muscles are. Our fascia collects a lot of trauma, a lot of tension. So, for me, working cohesively on the entire body is always key. And I always say, yes, face taping is amazing. It helps majority of people who try it and who stick with it. I don't really know anyone who would be consistent, who would not be seeing results. But you also have to address your body overall.
On the whole level.
On the whole level, exactly.
Mentally and physically.
And mentally and physically, emotionally, everything. Yeah.
So can you do it every day?
The face taping? So for the beginners, when you start, few times a week.
Few times a week.
Okay. Yes. Do it. I always say you can do like 2-3 nights on, 1-2 off. You want to give our tissues some rest.
Okay.
Even with such a easy and simple and safe method as taping, still want to give it a break.
It's a tissue workout.
It's a little bit of a tissue
It's
workout.
a little workout.
Exactly.
I love that. I'm definitely, I'm doing it tonight when I get home. I'm super excited. But you are talking about at night, some people frown, some people are, having scary dreams or whatever. I'm definitely a clencher. I do have TMJ sometimes.
You have to try tape for it.
Yeah, I need to know that exact method to do that because I definitely get like the puffiness in my cheeks, which is, I would love to see how that works out. And
so
all the lymphatic.
I used to, like many years ago, I shared one of my favorite applications for the TMJ.
Can you kind of visually show us? We're on YouTube as well, so people that are watching.
So it's one of the application that goes on this area to address, obviously, the jaw muscles. And a lot of times, as we know, the TMJ, it's the inflammation of the joint right here.
Oh, yeah.
So the taping really helps with inflammation. The tape has the ability to cleanse the inflammation or help cleanse the inflammation without the medications. It's like really, so also when I say about the taping, you guys, this is not some sort of just a beauty gadget or a beauty tool. This is really like a medicinal tool. It can help our tissues function at the much better level. And anything we can do for our tissues to help it function better, that's how we slow down aging and all of those processes that we don't want to. So yes, the face taping can be used for TMJ. On my Instagram, I have a highlight dedicated to TMJ. You can see the people, like I've had messages like, OMG, I bought your face tape for my forehead wrinkle, but I'm using it for my TMJ.
Right.
And nothing has helped me more than this.
I can't wait.
Also, I have another application that was backed up by the studies for the TMJ concern. And the participants used it for 6 weeks. And after the 6 weeks, these certain parameters were measured. And it was confirmed that people had less pain, less discomfort, better functionality, wider mouth opening range, which is very important for so many because some people can barely open their mouth. And so many great positive results that it's like mind-blowing. So I have that other application that was used in those studies available for people now, and I highly, highly recommend to try it.
Oh my gosh, I'm definitely trying it. What are some misconceptions about natural beauty products that you'd like to debunk?
Tell me, what are the misconceptions, the ones you know of?
Oh my gosh. Well, probably like that, like you can't get a full face of coverage with natural makeup. I think that's definitely a big one, that it doesn't last, or that like there's even like just simple things like there's no good colors like lip care, or that it's just like
there's probably less of the options available, I would want to say, right?
You have to be pretty picky. I mean, I don't know. Like I know during my process, like I've definitely had to trial and error a little more things.
You mean on the natural makeup?
Right. If we're talking natural makeup, natural products, if we're talking like skincare and stuff, I've just gone back to like ancestral times. Like even like jojoba, I just use like a lot of jojoba.
It's an amazing oil.
Yeah. A clean jojoba, like literally on all my skin. My skin gets pretty dry. I am a swimmer. So I know you said about chlorine.
Yeah.
But I grew up being a swimmer. It's so good for my mind and my whole body lymphatics.
Absolutely.
But you know, in the winter, sometimes I'll get really dry, and I like to use like a raw shea butter even on my skin. I use beef tallow that my husband gets from one of his meats that he smokes. It's all like clean sourced. So I like to use those type of things, but I've never had really great luck because I haven't really like jumped out there. I know there's a lot of great resources and stuff, but I think people are just so stick on like so stuck on what is offered like just in the drugstore, and they can't get away from just like going back to like what's actually nourishing our bodies. I think that's like the
Right.
key source. Like go back to what's actually nourishing your body.
Feel bad, right.
Going natural in life doesn't mean you don't get to wear makeup. It means that you just get to accentuate the beauty that you already have. That's in my personal belief. But everything in my life, I think with beauty products that I want to debunk is that I think you have to get like all these modalities, right, are getting back to the root source, the root source, right? If we think this is kind of woo-woo and cliche, but like if we think of ourselves as like a blooming flower, we have to plant the seeds, right? We have to plant the seeds nutritionally, exercise, water, sunlight.
Absolutely.
That is what natural
The
beauty
basics.
is. That's
The
what natural
basics.
beauty is. Yeah.
Absolutely. When it comes to the skincare products, beauty products, I really like to stick for right now with the, even going further, going to the traditional roots. I love Japanese approach to beauty.
Me too.
I have been
And
using
life.
and life. Amazing. I have been using pure, natural, traditional Japanese products for many, many years. One of the products is Japanese rice bran. That has been used in Asia for centuries, The other one is sake for skincare. People think of it as an alcohol, but the sake, the byproduct from the alcohol making, is a very famous Japanese beauty product. I have it as a sake face mask. It's amazing. One ingredient, very effective. It was actually discovered in Japan by a scientist who walked into the sake brewery and was shocked as to how come even the older workers' hands were super soft, no blemishes, very youthful. And he was like, what the heck is going on here? Let me look into this. And it turned out that it was just one ingredient, sake, that the workers were handling on a regular basis that made their skin literally flawless and prevented it from, or totally slowed down the aging process. So those are products and ingredients that actually withstood the test of time, like of centuries. And they are super effective. Pearl powder, another ingredient that's used in Asian culture for centuries. It's fantastic. It's actually backed by a lot of studies. So the skincare products with those ingredients, that's what I look for.
Oh my gosh.
Those are pure, amazing, and will not do harm on the long run, especially on our tissues, and affordable also. To me, those are the most precious things.
What about oil cleansing?
I love oil cleansing.
Tell me about that.
I love oil cleansing. So oil cleansing, that a lot of people also think about it as, how is this possible? I have oily skin. I'm not going to be putting oil on my skin. You have to understand that oil has the power to attract oil. That's number one, even for oily skin. It will pull out, it will melt off the impurities off the skin in seconds, and very gently and without disturbing, again, going back to our precious skin barrier. That's the most important. The health of the skin barrier is the most important thing we can do for our skin in the long term. Damaged skin barrier is one of the hallmarks of aging for skin. That's just it. If you have a damaged skin barrier, you are aging. Your skin is aging rapidly.
How can we renew it?
Again, easy things. Your habits, the water you use, the products you use, how you use, the treatments you get, if you're getting lasers and all of that, that's like burning off your skin barrier. That's going to take a time to repair. The more often you do it, the more often you're going to be ruining and burning your skin barrier. And the more often you do it, the longer it's going to get for you to repair it, especially as we get older. So you have to be careful about all of it.
What about microneedling?
That's can also be pretty damaging. That can create inflammation.
So just take your hands and go like this.
I mean, again, you have to look at it as to why do I need it? If you want to fix something, if you have, let's say, post-acne scars and you're self-conscious about it and you want to get rid of it, you need laser. If you think you are just going to, if you have a regular, normal, healthy skin, and if you think you're going to beautify it, or you're going to anti-age it, or you're going to prolong its youthfulness, it's a no. You will not. So it depends. If you need to fix something, yes, you can fix things with it. If you think you're just going to beautify your skin or prolong its youthfulness, think twice.
Oh my gosh. So, okay, graceful aging then, like moving on to the aging factor, diet and exercise. You were talking about habits. What are some diet and exercise routines that actually help with graceful aging?
Again, what is graceful aging to anyone? To me, graceful age, we're all going to age, right? We're all going to age. To me, graceful aging is aging healthy. Aging, being active, being healthy, being in a great mood, in a great mental state. To me, that is graceful aging. Having like too less of wrinkles on the forehead, that's a great, like a cherry on top. But for us to achieve the functional, fluid, healthy body, that takes habits, everyday little habits. Like you said, you're a swimmer, which is swimming one of the most amazing things we can do for our bodies. You have to find whatever works for you. Yeah. If it's just for me, it's at this point, it's just 15, 20 minutes a day, some body movement. I take my dog outside in the morning for a walk in my backyard. She takes about 15 minutes to do her stuff. In those 15 minutes, I'm just moving. I'm moving my arms, my hips, my back, my neck, whatever it is, my feet. I'm just moving my body. Those are my 15, 20 minutes.
And it's different for everyone, as you said.
It's different for everyone.
I love it. So we're just going more into the body. Someone asked me what are your tips for dealing or, I guess, getting rid of cellulite?
Part of it is your lymphatic system.
Oof.
And it's your fascia and overall your body. The more of a stagnation you have, the more of issue you're going to have. There's like, I really love like one of these techniques. It's called the skin rolling. And for example, you can very easily form a roll. Like I can do it right now with one hand. With one hand, but like with both hands, like you can do like a riddle.
Oh, I love it.
Roll like this. And it's very interesting to see. That's like all fascia moves. And if you try to do it on the area of the cellulite, you're going to get stuck. You will not be able to form a roll. It's just going to get stuck and you wouldn't be able to roll it. So that's like your fascia adhesions, basically, part of it.
Wow.
So moving our body and keeping our fascia healthy and the lymph flow healthy, that's going to be major.
I'm going to roll my way down the highway on the way home today. I actually it's so funny. So I drive from Santa Barbara to the studio, and it's like a good 2-hour drive, sometimes more, sometimes. And this time I was smart. I've done it before, but this time I was smart. I brought my little like Theragun. I'm like, on the highway. I know it's like.
Wait, is this like some kind of a machine?
It's like a little massage, like
a little massage,
like fascia machine. Yeah,
that's amazing.
So I'll be in the car, but like,
why not?
Things I do on the highway, guys.
But why not? That's amazing.
Because why not? Because to do it in an airplane, why not do it in the car, right?
I mean, you are spending at least 2 hours to get down here. Like you can do so many self-care things in the car.
Right.
I do it too.
I should have brought my face tape, man. That would have been perfect.
Exactly. You drive for 2 hours with the face tape. That's perfect.
Oh my gosh.
I put the face tapes a lot of times when I just like curl my hair, because otherwise I'm like this, kind of like looking in the mirror. My forehead is all scrunched up because I'm trying to figure out what to do with my hair. Like, why? I put a piece of tape for
Oh my
40
gosh.
minutes.
So good. What are some trends in the natural beauty space that are exciting you right now?
Oh my God. I think one of the most exciting things is that people are now realizing, going back to the beginning of our conversation, realizing the possible negative effects of the invasive treatments. So, and a lot of people are now kind of like not overindulging in it. You know, it's great if you do a little bit, it's fine if it makes you feel better, like go for it. But don't think about it that this is like you have to do it, otherwise you are doomed. So you have to do other things. Eat well, sleep well, take care of your body, take care of your skin barrier, you know, your gut health, oral health. Those are very important. And then the other things, okay, if it makes you feel better, okay, you can do a little treatments maybe here and there, but don't think about it that, you know, this is like you have to, because
Yeah.
you don't have to.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you don't have to. In fact, like if you, the people who are in their 20s, right, and they're sold Botox as a preventative, I mean, what are you guys talking about? Like I see people who are 40-year-olds who have static wrinkles and they reverse them or improve them with face taping at 40. You don't have to start at 27.
Habits. Remember, lifestyle habits go a long way too.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
What is your everyday non-negotiable?
Body movement.
Ooh, I love it. Move
Absolutely.
that fascia.
15, 20 minutes. That's all you need.
Whatever works for you. If you need a quick burst of energy, go for a sprint. If you need a 20,000 push-ups.
I sometimes dance. That's my
I dance too in the mirror.
In the morning.
Okay, well,
you
FaceTime.
blast on some music and you dance for 15 minutes. That's your body movement.
I love it, sister. What is one easy toxic-free habit we can all start doing today?
Going back, swap out that toxic water.
Oof,
very
the water.
easy. Very easy. It's going to be very inexpensive or free for some. Just get that cup of water. You don't even have to buy the filter. Get the cup of water, get the bottle of some spring water, take it to the bathroom, wash your face with it.
Yeah, water and glass, please, folks. I love it. Where can all of our listeners and viewers follow you, take a class, a tutorial, buy your products?
My website, it's called The Natural Faces, or my Instagram and other social media, TikTok, Pinterest, Facebook, everything. It's all the same. It's called Natural Face Bible.
Natural Face Bible. Thanks, Olga.
Thank you, guys.
All right, folks, now it's time for hot habits. Okay, my hot habit for today is creating a mentally healthy and positive home environment. This one is key. So ways to do this is by maximizing natural light. Basically, letting in as much natural light as possible can actually boost your mood. Incorporating plants. Okay, I have to say, sometimes I am the literally diary of a plant killer here, but I'm doing my best. I promise you I'm doing better. And it creates such a beautiful little jungle effect in the house. Adding greenery to your home can boost your mood and indoor air quality once and for all, folks. And organize and declutter your space. A tidy space can help reduce stress and improve mental clarity. Take that one. And next, moving on for trendy trends. My trendy trend for today is science-backed supplements. Okay, loving this. Regulation is actually catching up with more scrutiny on science washing and misleading claims. Yeah, read those labels, folks. Meanwhile, women's health is taking center stage with formulations targeting menopause, hormonal balance, and fertility becoming a major focus. I love that clinical studies are being performed more and more on women's health. I think this is vital. So if you're participating in really being stringent on your supplements, let me know. Let me know what findings you're discovering. And also, guys, share your trendy trends with me. I'm always eager to try some new ones to turn them into my hot habits. Thanks so much for tuning in. As always, folks, remember, you're doing your best, and your best is great. See you next time. Thanks for watching Toxic Free with KB. Please subscribe to the show, comment below, and check us out on Instagram at toxicfree.kb and TikTok at toxicfreewithkb. See you next time. This is a Kilo Bravo Media production, brought to you by Rainbow Creative.